Hello everybody, Thetymix here. Welcome back to more AI War Fleet Command. Vanilla standard game of course, and we are here in Vanth, where we're going to be able to reach the data centers referenced in the title. Data center hunting is what we're up to today, but I want to do something a little bit sneakier, a little bit off the beaten path, to take over this system. There's several different kinds of guard posts, as I mentioned in the close of the last update. But I want to attack them sort of in an indirect way. And the first thing I want to do is just move everything over this way. Now, just want to sort of explore the idea of not even attacking the guard posts at all. But we do need to do one thing, because if we try to just build, you can see this is redded out, and if you try to build somewhere, that's a legal location, but it won't start it. And the reason it won't, of course, is because they still have a command station up. We have to get rid of them first before we can move in and take over. Now, as far as the snipers go, I experimented with them some because I was having some trouble getting them to do what I want. If you tell them to attack somewhere, they'll go too close and get within range of it. It's best just to keep them on the outskirts so that there's no issue with them getting in the way. And now that everything's going up this way, I want to take the auto cannons, and I'm just picking them because they're cloaked and reasonably fast mostly. I'm going to send them straight for the command station. Now everything else, I'm going to have defend in, say, this area. Transport, you can stay back out here. There we go. Yeah, take the Corrector Garden out if you would, please. Because what that's doing is it's just taking a bunch of our ships. It's kind of a jerk that way. There we go. Now let's run away. We lost some of these, but not a great deal. And what I want to do is just set up a blockade over here. And all their ships are going to come after us. Yeah. Reprisal. Let's take out the Spider Guardian. And why are my snipers over here? Because I put them on attack move with everything else. Didn't mean to do that. Okay. So that was a mistake. In any case, what I want to do is, now that their command station is destroyed, even though they've got all their guard posts still up, I can still build this. So I'm going to throw that in position. And that's basically going to tick them off. And I don't care. You know, these, okay, I've only got 12 of them left. Let's move them out. And then I want these ships to just sit over here in guard position. Let's move our engineers in here to move things a little bit slower, or faster rather. And now I'm going to just set up our normal beginning operations, once this is built, of course. Alright, so that's in place. We're starting to build our turret ball here. And our sniper ships have been shooting at some of these force fields and knocking them down a little bit. But once we get turrets up, got 30 of each of the standard ones, which is what I'm basically going with at this point in the game. And of course we're doing the Mark III economic station, which has us at 150,000 energy. Now we can't build the metal harvesters until we knock all these out, so they are limiting that. But do I really care? No. And once we get those sniper turrets up, they'll go to work. Now we do have a couple of things going on. We've got a reprisal coming to Massalia, 32 space tanks and a starship. So I'm going to want to watch that. Massalia, obviously, very important. I think I want to get my defensive fleet over that way, just in case. And then also, they're spawning a warp relay in Papagena. There's 46 threat here. We have a total of 163 out there. You can see that threat looks like it's pretty strong. Let's just pop in and see what they've got. And there's their vampire fabricator. And it looks like they got a Leech Starship Mark II in the middle. That's why they're looking reasonably strong. And yeah, that's the group. And they're spawning a warp relay. I don't really care about that. because I feel like we're pretty well protected. And like a warp relay from here, what good does that do? I mean, they're already bordering our system in Hoth. You know, I mean, they could warp into like Quayar, but who cares? So building a warp relay there doesn't really affect us. So I want to head back to Deimos. And let's send that fleet here. And then see what happens in Massalia once that wave hits. And here we go. They're coming from the Luna system. Looks like they want to take out our ion cannon, which I really could care less about. There comes our raid starship in. Probably going to lose that. Putting these all on FRD, and they're coming out here way past our defenses. Now, what do we have here? What kind of ship is that? Okay, that's a plasma siege. But a lot of our ships, yeah, we're immobilizing a bunch of stuff. Okay, here comes their ion cannons. We're immobilizing a bunch of stuff. And now they're trying to retreat, it looks like. Yeah. So that whole thing ended up being a fat lot of nothing. And we took over some tanks. Like we got some tanks from our parasites. So that was a piece of cake. Let's pop that on a couple other systems. We haven't looked at Electra in a bit. And you can see that, well, there isn't a whole lot left here. They've still got the missile guard post. But it looks like our turrets have taken out everything else. Everybody's doing fine here. Now we do have an issue. It looks like we don't have any more engineers to repair some of our turrets, but other than that we're looking fine. And then what about in Vanth? You can see here, okay, that's taken a little bit of damage. So we're gradually working our way through all of that as well. And I'm feeling pretty good about how we're sitting here. I think it's time for us to go after some of those data centers. So here we are in Malcav 11. And this is where the data center is. It's underneath a force field by a command station shield guard post. Now we brought an assault transport. We lost it. We're probably not going to be able to get by. There's a couple fortresses we have to get through to get back there, but I don't even really care about that. Might trigger a small reprisal or something. Worth it to hit that data center. So let's go ahead and hit that. There we go. Minus 20 AI progress down to 146, and we're going to have more coming. Now I'm going to send these back, but I don't think they're going to make it. And just for the purposes of this little exercise, actually, I think I'm going to splurge a bit with our research, because I'm going to want it eventually anyway. And I'll just get the Mark II human raid starship. Is 2,000. Maybe I should spend that on turrets. And then just get some of those built, just to make sure we can get through and hit all of these. There's 3 more targets that I want to get to. Now this one is a lot simpler. This is Pales. It's right next to Vanth. I've loaded up a full set of the raid starships. There they go. It's right by a special forces guard post. This should be a very simple one. Bingo. Another minus 20. And let's load up and get out of here. And so we've taken Pales. We've taken Malcav 11. We can see that there's threat building up in Umbriel. We'll want to deal with that. But not going to do that quite yet. And then we just want to move on to Bespin. I don't see any reason not to do that. And then probably also hit Sedna. Just go, right in a row here, since we've already hit that one right there. We've got another wave coming to Quayar. I'm not particularly concerned about that, but you can see they are getting bigger. It's one of the reasons I'm doing this wonderful exercise. Let's see what we've got here. Okay, it's over here. It's by a Mark II MLRS. But no shield. Well, it wouldn't matter if they had a shield, given that we have the raid starships. So this should not, again, be horrible. The next one is a little bit further away. That could get a little more interesting. There we go. Okay, so now our AI progress down to just over 100. And we want to make our way to Sedna. We're going through Sibylla, which is not a particularly strong system. It's just a Mark II. And there's some ships going through, cutlasses. We're going to ignore them. Ignoring everything not related to our immediate objective. Yep, there it goes. Okay, so let's get away. And let's hit the data center. Right by a laser guard post. There it is. Under 100 AI progress. Now I want to move back to Vanth if I can get there. And if I can't, that's fine too. But if we can save any of these ships, let's do that. And they're attacking us mostly that wave on Quair. Let's just pop in and take a look at... And yeah, they're trying to escape now. They've given up. So we're going to go in and repair. They're going to blow us up. And this is one of the reasons why, not always the best idea to auto-build those, because they're going to keep coming out. But also, we're going to keep shooting them. So, and a reprisal level 1. That's probably because of our raid starships. Yeah, we lost one of them. So that's no big deal. Okay, so we've completed that little objective. Probably a good idea to do some threat watching at the very least, if not threat cleansing. I want to get scouts up over here. We can go ahead and get rid of this because we've taken out... Whoops. Because we've taken out Pales. And Bespin. And Sedna. And Malkov 11. Now we can also get to Hyperion through Hoth. So I might as well try to do that at the same time. Load these up in another transport and head there. There we go. Just need to heal up here a bit. Let's head to Hyperion. And I think we're going to lose the assault transport going through this wormhole. Yep. So let's get moving. Okay. There it is. There's our target. And let's take out that data center. So we've already got a lot of irritated people with us. There we go. And let's head back to Hoth with whatever we've got left. So yeah, we've got a lot of threat going on. But that's the negative side of things. There's also a very much a positive side, as we're going to lose some more ships here probably. But not all of them. Now, the positive side, of course, is that our AI progress is all the way down to 68. And you can see our floor is 41. So we're actually quite close to the floor at the moment. And I've built up some metal. It's definitely time for me to go back to upgrading some more turrets. But we're looking pretty darn fantastic on the AI progress front. So I think we're ready to hit our next significant target. And that, I do believe, is going to be Mars, because we want to go to Mars and then into Adiona before we start heading out this way. The data center hunting, though, has gone really according to plan. I couldn't ask for anything better. Gonna have to watch out for that threat, and I'm gonna want to make double sure I've got scouts on all neighboring systems so that as that threat gathers, we know where it is. But you know, Umbriel, looking that's where the majority is. May want to go and clean that out. But we're definitely ready for the next step. So next time we return to AI Warfleet Command, we're definitely going to be looking at possibly threat cleaning. Definitely want to hit Mars and maybe Adiona as well as we continue to advance. So that'll be coming up next. Thanks for watching. More AI War coming up soon. It's looking grim for the AIs, I must say.